Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video I'm going to be reviewing and demoing several new releases from Pixi. Now Pixi has collaborated with, I believe these are all YouTubers, 3 beauty influencers, however you want to term it. And so I thought I would go over, use the products here on camera, give you my thoughts and opinions on whether they're worth your money, whether they are worth taking a gander at and adding to your collection. So let's just jump right on into this. Welcome to anyone who is new and just stumbling upon my channel, or maybe you haven't yet hit that subscribe button. Please subscribe. I would love to have you here. I do put out 3 videos a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. All of my social media links are in the description box below if you feel like following me over on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Pinterest. So when this box arrived on my doorstep, Pixi sent this to me. It was a complete and utter surprise. We were out doing Lowe's and grocery shopping and all that, just errands on a weekend. And I came home and I'm like, there's a box on my doorstep. What is this? Thank you, Pixi. I am genuinely very appreciative of this. I'm always so grateful for anyone who wants to send me something to review. Not everything that is sent to me makes it here to my channel, but this is definitely a collection that caught my eye. I've been playing around with it. I think it's quite beautiful. And so let's dive into the details. I'm going to go over all 3 of the collaborations and give you swatches and insert close-up pictures of them before we go and start demoing the things, just so you can know what to expect and what is all included. The first palette here is a collaboration with Chloe Morello. She is from, I believe, Australia. And I will link each of their channels below here too, so you can check them out if you have not yet heard of them. But this is called the palette Chloette. It is $24. It comes with 3 blushes, 6 eyeshadows, and 3 liner or brow shades. She has deemed this a romantic radiance palette. She says this is how she achieves a very romantic, soft, feminine look. All of these products swatch really beautifully, and I have had some of these blushes individually in the past, and the blushes have a slight sheen to them, a little bit of glow to them, so if you wanted to skip highlighter, you could, because these blushes do add color and a little bit of radiance to the cheek. There are no matte eyeshadows in this palette. All of the shades have a slight satin radiance to them, but there's no presence of like a chunky glitter or anything that's just too over the top. I think they're very well done shimmers. Chloe also released a lip gloss, and this is called a lip icing. This is really beautiful. It has rose hip and marula oil in it, both which add a lot of moisture and hydration to the lips. It is not sticky. It's a very easy to wear gloss. I think it's beautiful topped over anything. It's kind of a chameleon gloss, whereas you can put it over any lipstick and it will just kind of add a lot of shine, a little bit of an iridescence. When you swatch it, it almost looks like it has a slight hint of bronze to it, but I think that kind of doesn't overtake a lipstick. It still serves as a very beautiful lip topper to any lipstick shade that you want to put on. Lip icing retails for $14. The next palette that we have here is a collaboration with Dulce Candy. Now she's had a YouTube channel for many years as well, and this is called the Cafe con Dolce palette, Sweet Glow, and all 9 of these shades are shimmery. They have a definite glow to them, but these are multi-use shades. She has created this palette as a multi-use palette, meaning you can use these as eyeshadows. You can also use them as blush shades, maybe a blush topper. Some of them are a little bit deeper. I would, depending on your skin tone, they could be a highlighter for you. Otherwise, they would definitely be an eyeshadow. But we're talking blush, eyeshadow, highlighter palette all in one. This retails for $24. Her second little palette she has released here is a lip palette. This is called Dulce's Lip Candy, Sugar and Spice. And these are also a multi-use product. You can use these as both a lipstick and a cream cheek product. Really smooth, almost like a matte finish. They don't stay dewy. And that is probably because if you're going to use this as a cream blush, you don't want your cheeks to stay tacky. You would typically, when I do a cream blush, I'd have to set it with powder if it's really tacky and greasy. And a few cheaper drugstore blushes I've tried in the past, for instance, NYX used to have some, and they stayed tacky, and you had to set those, or it was like your hair was stuck to your face all day long. These dry down almost to like a cream to powder finish, and so they work really well as a cream blush, but also as a lipstick. The formulation on these is very thin. It is something you're definitely going to have to build up. Now, some of these deeper shades here are going to offer more pigmentation, whereas the lighter shades are more sheer, and you definitely need to build them up to see, at least on my naturally red lips, the color. The last collaboration is with Weylie Houng. I'm not quite sure if that's the proper pronunciation. I've actually never heard of her. I'll have to check out her channel, but the first thing she's created is an eyeshadow palette called Let's Talk Eyes. This is $20. It comes with 6 eye shades. You have matte shades and you have shimmer shades. You have 3 matte shades and 3 shimmer shades. I think this palette is adorable. I think this is a really easy palette. I can see this definitely being travel friendly. For $20, I think that's a pretty good price point. I forgot to mention about the other eyeshadows, but they all feel very smooth, nothing chalky. The mattes in here are a nice lighter weight matte, which is what I prefer. I don't like a really dense, thick matte eyeshadow, especially with a darker color, because it's hard to blend out. These are lightweight and buildable. I've had Pixi's eyeshadows in the past, and I'd say these are definitely the same formula, and I love the colors in this little palette. I think the price point on this kit is really good because you also get this Kohl and liquid eyeliner. It's a black liner duo. On one end you have the felt tip liner. I love this. I've already used this a few times, you guys. It is so easy. It glides on, very pigmented. It is not a matte eyeliner, however, so it does not dry down completely to a flat matte. So keep that in mind. However, the actual eyeliner is beautiful. It is absolutely wonderful. It glides on. I love that the felt tip is a little bit longer. On the other end, we have a black Kohl eyeliner. This, my friends, it stays put. I literally scrubbed my hands with soap, and I had to go and get some Bioderma to get this off of my hand on that swatch I showed you here. And it did not want to come off. And so that's good because I'm not sure that I don't think it says it's waterproof, but by golly, it really stayed put. It's pretty black. It's not the blackest black eyeliner I've ever used, but it's still pretty, it's good. Like it's not a subpar black. It's a good black. So this kit is $20, and I think that is an excellent price point for what you are getting. That's what's included in all of these different collabs and the kits. And so now I'm going to start, and we're going to go into the demo portion of this. And I'm going to start by filling in my eyebrows because I typically do not use powders, but I'm really curious how pigmented these are and how they perform. You know, since I never fill my brows in ever with a powder, I don't even have a brow brush. So I'm just going to grab this Wayne Goss number 8. Not angled, but it's straight and it's stiff enough that it will collect some product. So I'm going to take the taupier of the 2 shades here because, you know, everyone has different color eyebrows. I would have to say I fall into the category of a little bit ashier brown. I don't have the darkest brows ever, but I'm just wondering for people with lighter brows than me how these shades would work. I am going to grab my spoolie here and kind of run that powder product through my brows. I'm going to take a little bit of the darker color here for my tail. The nice part about a brow powder such as this is it does create a softer brow. It's not such a harsh situation as a pencil could potentially be. Now, of course, with applying it with a pencil, excuse me, I always run that spoolie through my brows anyways to soften the look. But you can run the risk of having a little bit more artificial, like definite drawn on appearance with a pencil or say something like a dip brow pomade than the powder. I think that's working really well. We're going to scoot in a little bit closer so you can actually see what I'm doing. But so you can see how the brows filled it in quite nicely. And typically I'm not a powder brow person. So I'm going to start with this palette here by Chloe, and I'm going to take this lightest shade right up at the top here, and I'm going to use that as my brow bone highlight. This color has a yellow shift to it for sure, and wow, that is pigmented. Okay, so I'm going to apply this, and then we are for sure going to blend this out. We are not lacking in pigmentation by any means. Now I'm going to go in with this color here from the Smaller Eye Creator Kit. Tap it off. There definitely is a little bit of fallout on here, but I'd rather have it here than on my face. And I'm just going to take a big old fluffy brush. I kind of wish there was a tone that was matte in Chloe's palette, because that for me would complete this palette. Because what am I supposed to do for transition? Like, where do I start if they're all shimmery kind of thing? So that would be my one request, or one thing I would definitely change out of that palette. Can you guys hear all that rumbling going on outside? We had some serious thunderstorms last night, so I ended up with 2 kids in my bed. And 2 kids, a dog, a cat, and a husband. That's too much for me. So Mama hightailed it out of there, and I actually slept in the couch, you know, once they came into my bed. I don't know about you, but I love rainy days. It makes me want to make something comfort food for dinner, but I don't have any comfort food right now. I'm not loving that first color I put up on my brow bone, so I think after this, I'm going to go over that with something else. Alright, I'm going to dig into this peach color here, and I know it has shimmer in it. I'm going to use a Wayne Goss number 4 brush, looks like so. But I kind of want to put this in my crease, and I feel like you can do a little shimmer in your crease. I mean, okay, there's no rules. You do what you want to do, what you like on yourself. I don't like too much shimmer in my crease because it can show texture and just become a little bit overwhelming. But I think a little is okay, since this is kind of like I want to do like a romantic look. And we don't have a shade that's darker. Like, the only other matte shade is this dark, warm, orangey brown, and I don't really want to go that direction today. Okay, that did a whole lot of nothing. So we are going to try something else. Let's see, I'm going to dip into this really icy pink here. This is a MAC 239 brush, and I'm going to put that all over my lid. This pink color is a really icy pink. It's reminded me of one of my favorite pink shades from MAC. I'm going to go back over to this palette and dip into this shade right here and kind of cover up that first color. Yeah, this is more champagne-y white. That first color I laid down was a little bit too yellow for my like. There is a definite sheen when it comes to these shades here. They are not a subdued sheen. I'm going to take this bronze shade here in the middle with a very small brush. This is a blending E36 from Sigma. What are you, girlfriend? Mean Kitty Mom is going to come out if you don't stop being naughty. I just want to softly deepen up this outer V. There's no dark matte shades that are really appropriate to like deepen this up without taking it into a very warm eye look. And since that pink is really cool in tone, I don't really want to throw a warm orangey brown shade in my crease. I'm going to dip into this dark brown here. This has a little bit of a sheen to it too. It is not matte, but I almost feel like to get a little bit of depth out here, I was trying to build it up with that bronzy shade, but it's just not working. So I'm just ever so slightly going to deepen this up so this has a little bit of dimension to it. This is a standalone palette altogether here. But this one is more of a, well, I guess it is deemed a multi-purpose palette. I think that it's really lacking in a dark matte color. Now I just kind of want to play. I just kind of realized there's some more shimmery shades in here too. So I'm going to dig into this champagne one down here. And this is the fun part about palettes, is that they're really designed for you to just kind of apply colors wherever you want. Like, there's no actual rules. Any of these colors could be used as a highlighter. Any of them could be an eyeshadow. You could stick the blush color in your crease. It's really just kind of what let's do that. Let's play a little bit. Let's throw a little bit of this peach shade actually in our crease. Just kind of blend the outsides here. I find, like, when you're painting a picture, you watch someone paint a picture, they use several shades and they're mixing and matching, they're going to town. Let's take a little bit of this color right here. And let's kind of throw that in the crease a little bit. And sometimes my best looks I've ever done are ones where I've just kind of laid a little bit of color here, used a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Not necessarily following any rules or the layout of any given palette. Now I'm going to take that same brush that I used to fill in my brows, and I'm going to line my eyelids here with a little bit of the dark chocolate brown. I'm going to take this middle shade right here with a pencil brush, an E36, and now I'm just going to kind of play with color. For the sake of this demo, I really just want to play and show you how the different shades perform and how these palettes can be pretty universal here and multifaceted actually. Now I want to use both ends of this liner too to kind of show you how well these work. So this Kohl liner I'm going to take on my upper waterline, and what this does is it really thickens and gives the appearance of a fuller lash line. Now here's the felt tip. We're going to go in and do a nice defined lash line. I'm not going to do a wing, just a nice definition. I think a felt tip liner is easier to work with than a brush. If you have lids that have, really mobile skin or loose skin, brushes can skip and splatter. There's definitely more control with a felt tip. And when I'm applying my eyeliner, I want to be the one in control, not my eyelids. Very small, just kind of like an upwards, like straight up and out towards my brow. Just really small, almost like a feline flick. Is that a thing? That's what it makes me think of, just a very subtle way to lift the eyes without having a dramatic wing. My eyes are finished. I put on a little bit of mascara and the Red Cherry number 43 eyelashes. So now we're going to go in with the face and we're going to do blush, cheeks, and lips. I'm going to use the Chloe Morello palette. These are the 3 blush shades in here. You could absolutely use these as a blush, but because I have texture and freckling and just lots of things going on, I don't like a really shimmery blush on my cheeks, because if I have a foundation on that's not super mask-like and conceals all of that, which I don't prefer, but I'm just saying something like this is going to emphasize texture and just stuff on your face, whereas an actual blush it's more forgiving. I am going to dip into this very beautiful bubblegum pink, just a really fresh color on the cheeks. I do have to say, I feel like the eyeshadow palette creates a really nice romantic look between the two. I kind of like that fresh, just really shimmery, pretty eye and a nice flush of pink on the cheeks. For highlighter, I'm going to dig into this shade, this eyeshadow shade right here with a Wayne Goss fan brush. Now, I just looked at the Dulce Candy, and this could be a highlighter, but quite frankly, they're all a little bit too dark for me and what I like. I like a highlighter that's going to lift my cheeks and not just, say, color it with a shade. Okay, here comes the sun. We have been so dark this whole time. I'm like freaking out about the lighting, and now the sun's coming through, so we're gonna have to turn some stuff down here. Alright, so in order to use these lip palettes, it's gonna require you to get a lip brush. I have one here. I believe this is from Sigma. Yes, the Lip L05 brush. It's a nice brush. It comes with the little case like so. I'm sure that you can pick up a cheap, inexpensive brush. Ooh, sorry, that was loud. At, say, wherever let's see, if you're buying this at, say, Target, they have, e.l.f. has lip brushes and all that kind of things. I'm going to do kind of like an ombre situation. So I'm going to start with this rosy color down here. Wow, that is really, really pretty. It's very lightweight. It's like a creamy matte finish. And there's a little sheen to my lips. I never use lip brushes or lip palettes. I just always apply lipstick out of a tube. But I gotta tell you, I love how precise you can get with a lip brush. Okay, now we're gonna go in with this brighter pink in the center. Okay, I like how that feels. And of course, we have to use the lip topper. So we're going to top it off with the Lip Icing by Chloe. My daughter was so excited when she's seen her name on a palette, because her name is Chloe. Alright, so here's the finished look. Look at the cheek. Look at that really, really pretty glow. The eyes are like icy pink. Little bit of definition in the crease, but nothing crazy. I love the lip combo. I think that this lip topper is stunning. All right, time for my overall thoughts. Overall, I think the lip topper is wonderful. I think the color is really great. It's a really nice liquidy texture, not tacky, not sticky, really smooth. I think because it's lacking in the tackiness or the sticky aspect of it, it might not be one of those lip glosses that really lasts a long time. However, if you're really proud of your lip and you worked hard at it, drink out of a straw. That'll prevent a lot of transfer situation. But the Chloe lip topper icing thing is fabulous. I love the liner duo, and this actually comes with this for $20. I think that is just a steal. This is a great little compact palette. It has the 3 mattes and the 3 shimmers. I think it's very well thought out. It is a warm toned palette though, so if you're not really into that, maybe it wouldn't be worth it. But I think this alone is fabulous. I love the liner, both of them. They're just great. Lip palette. I think the colors in here are really pretty. I don't think that it's a must-have. I don't love lip palettes because it does require me to use a brush to apply it, so this isn't something that I'm going to throw in my purse with me. This is something I'm going to use solely at home. If you're a working makeup artist though, this might be a good little investment because the colors in here are really nice. I don't love the formula, but I don't hate it. I think that the color selection is perfect for spring, summer. I don't know that I would use this as a cheek cream situation because I personally don't love a cream blush. I think they're a little bit hard to work with. I think for me, they also emphasize freckling and brown spots and all that kind of thing just because of the type of product that they are. They can be tricky to work with, but I do like the way this is laid out. There are some nice color options within this. Unfortunately, the lighting in this video is going all kinds of crazy. We literally had pitch dark, then it was brightening up, so I had to change my lighting. Now the sun is coming out, I had to close the blinds. We're all kinds of crazy, but we're just rolling with the lighting here today. So I don't see how I could use these as a face highlighter. I think for eyeshadows they're great, but there's no matte shades in here. So if you're looking for an all shimmer palette, potentially something you could apply as a highlighter. It's pretty. For me, I wouldn't purchase this outside of, they sent this to me, but I wouldn't purchase this myself. The Chloe Morello palette. Now, I do think this is also really nice. This comes with, the 9 eyeshadows, the 3 brow liner shades, and the 3 blushes. My one critique is that there's no matte shades for your crease. So if you don't care, like today I did it anyways, I did the shimmer in the crease, but I don't love that. I would prefer to deepen up my crease with a matte shade because I think when there's a lot of shimmer going on from every angle, maybe it looks okay here, but from every angle when you're talking to someone, it's just really distracting to have so much shimmer going on. So I think the blush shades are really pretty. I'm actually quite honestly surprised with the brow stuff because I am die hard with my pencils. So these were really nice. We'll see how they last throughout the day. It does come with this oddly placed mirror here up on top. But I guess if you solely were going to use it just to look at your eyes, but you ain't going to really be seeing much more than 2 slits. I think for $24 though, you are getting a lot of products to play with, and you could travel with this if you had to. So there are my thoughts, and this is how the look turned out. I hope you guys found this very helpful and informational. If you enjoyed yourself today, give this video a huge thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love and adore each and every one of you, and I cannot wait to chat very soon. Bye, guys.